Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. To throw on second down. Howard. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Howard. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And right away, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Howard. And it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one lines up no good.
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That
Thank
means
you.
2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple, and that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Alford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and his guy
team turned it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Patterson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to throw. Howard. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Howard now looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I's, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Holding offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And taken right at the 35. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Patterson to start the drive to about the 48-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw is Howard on 3rd down. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
The Bills at 9-6 now. They've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here's Patterson again.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Looking to throw. Howard. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Patterson on the draw play. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Butker's kick here is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. New York's offense back out there and set to go.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Alford. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
4 yards remain for second down.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Alford. Over the middle, complete. It's Warner. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Looking to throw. Alford, he finds his man, complete. That's Warner. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Read option, here's Montgomery. And he loses the football a second time. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Second time in this first half now, Charles, that he's coughed up the football.
And both times I think they were in spots where he's got to think about covering up the ball. He's got to revert to his fundamentals in those practice drills where they carry it through traffic. He's not out in the open field where he can swing it a little bit, cover it up, and take care of it.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Howard on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw. Howard.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
On 1st down, Alford. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets, and even 40 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Montgomery is in. Touchdown, Jets. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Howard, and he completes it to the tight end Knox. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw. Howard. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. Big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one. But sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I should just say it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet. Make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver. No grounding, nothing like that. But no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Back to throw again.
Another completion right back to Patterson.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate.
Out of the gun, a run with Patterson.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Back to throw. Howard. Brown with his stick skills.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Running to counter, Patterson. Brought down at the 20.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Howard finding Knox there, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Howard looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Back to the ground now, Patterson.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Howard. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Extra point by Butker is on target,
and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The New York set to take the field.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. To throw on 3rd down, Alford. He finds his man, complete. It's Stanley. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a dump off here, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Now he dumps this off over the middle.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Bills are going to get the football back.
The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Howard.
Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Howard. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Jetsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Alford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Pats are at a point now where the end of the season can't come soon enough, as they fall to 1-15 with just 1 game remaining. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who have the lead in that one at halftime. Justin Jefferson, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Jets, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. But the Jets head out on offense here to start this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now Howard on 1st down. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. Here's Howard to throw on 2nd down. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing on 1st down.
Alford. Montgomery, another target and catch.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Howard. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Howard now throwing on first down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quentin Williams, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
To throw is Howard. Throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
They'll go. It's Patterson. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Jets are going to get the football back. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills going to take over again on offense. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Howard. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Patterson. Patterson on the draw. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. They'll run with Patterson.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Again, Patterson.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
New York ready to go again offensively. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Alford. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, he's certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Alford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And his kick here is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And they will be in the playoffs as champs of the AFC East, but as it stands right now, Charles, they still would have to host a game on Wild Card Weekend because they're still looking up at that #1 seed.
And that's when you tell your team, remember, guys, at the beginning of the season, what was our deal? Let's win our division and get to the playoffs. That was job 1. Let's not get greedy about the whole thing, because whether or not they end up with a first-round bye or not, you and I both know this team's going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Howard looking to throw on second down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Back to throw. Howard. Yetur Gross-Matos able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Off the option, here's Montgomery.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Back to Montgomery on second down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Looking to throw. Alford.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Bills' offense back out onto the field. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Back to throw. Howard. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bills. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And New York set to take the field. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Alford. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On 1st and 10, Alford. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. To throw on 2nd down. Alford, he finds his man, complete. It's Stanley.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Warner.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Alford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Now Patterson to start the drive to the 43, second down.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Third down, here's Patterson.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. So the Jets now down on the scoreboard, and time a huge factor. Well, their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Warner. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Looking to throw on second down. Alford able to complete it to Montgomery. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. Looking to throw. Alford. He finds his man complete. That's Stanley. On first down, Alford. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Duvernay. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up second down. No, third down. Out of the gun now on third down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Buffalo,
they get an all-important 10th win to move them to 10-6 with 1 week to go.
it.